We are going now to start a new series of lectures, and the subject is about the connection between Hebrew and other languages, mainly English. Now, I wrote a book about it, Hebrew Source of Language. One can see it in GlazersonBooks.com. Now let us start really with a very important word, like God. I write God in English, G-O-D, God. Now what is the source of this word? To what is connected? Very likely it's connected to the word good, because we know one of the names of God in Hebrew is good, Tov, Tov Hashem Lakol. God is good for everybody. Tov Hashem Lakol. Many times we find the word good connected with God. Now, what is the idea of these letters God, Gimal Dalet? So, amazingly, is the meaning of those letters. In Hebrew, every letter has a meaning. Now, the Hebrew letter Gimal means giving, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, granting. Also interesting that many Hebrew words and English are starting with the same one, like great, Gadol, Gomel, granting, and so on. Now, the letter Gimal, as we said, is granting, giving, Gomel Chasadim, granting, giving, loving kindness. The Dalet, the letter Dalet, represents the poor, Dal. In Hebrew, Dal is poor. In English, D-U-L also represents something of weakness. Now, so what are the letter Gimal Dalet represent? Giving to the poor, giving to the weak one. Now, somebody who gives to the poor is a good person. God is a source of goodness. So God is Gimal Dalet. Interesting, when you write the Hebrew letters, God with a cholam, in punctuation dot, Gimal Dalet is like God. So the English God in Hebrew is Gimal Dalet, clearly showing that God is good and is giving and helping the poor. Now, this explains very strange phenomena. Once I gave a lecture to English people trying to explain to them a little bit this connection between the Hebrew and the English, and I asked them, tell me, why is the Hebrew word, it's better to say English really, dog is the opposite of God. God is G-O-D, definitely God represents a good person. Why is the opposite is D-O-G, dog? Why is the dog is the opposite of God? They have to do. It cannot be coincidence. So, definitely difficult for them to explain. Why is the dog the opposite of God? You know? But I told them, if you would know Hebrew, as the meaning of the Hebrew letters, you will know exactly what it means. Which means, in Hebrew, as we said, Gimal Dalet is given to the poor. It is very interesting that our rabbis tell us that the shape of the Hebrew letter Gimal is like a man who is going. I mean, you can see going also. Also, the shape of the Gimal is like a person and his leg is forward, is going towards the poor to help him. He is a good person. Now, when you take the letter Dalet Gimal backwards, in Hebrew it is dag, fish. Now the question is, what fish have to do the opposite Gimal? Now very interesting, Kabbalistically, explanation is the fish represents the somebody who is always thirsty, always is looking to eat, to drink, whatever it is. Yeah? Like a poor person, somebody who is lacking food, and all the time is running after water, after food. Who is this one? The fish. All the time the fish, open mouth, yeah, drinking, whatever it is, but the fish represents the Dalet, the poor one, the weak one, who is looking for a giver to give him water. Now, with this we can understand also why the dog is Dalet Gimel, because the dog is exactly the same thing. The Kabbalah says that the dogs bark have, give. In fact, it's written in the Bible already mentions the dogs are always hungry, and this is exactly what they are looking. Always they are looking for givers. Yeah? They are running, we can get more to eat, more food. So this is why the Dalet Gimel represents exactly the opposite of Gimel Dalet. Gimel Dalet is the giver who looks around to help people, looking for Dal for people weak who needs help. And Dalet Gimel is the poor one who is looking for a giver. And the fish and the dog clearly showing it, always are going around to look for water, to look for food. So this is an interesting explanation, really, about the English word God and dog, and clearly seeing the meaning of it through the Hebrew letters. But this goes even further, because the build-up of the word God or Gimel Dalet given to the poor, it is basically the number 3, Gimel is 3, and Dalet is 4. 3 represents the 3 forefathers, the givers, and 4 represents the foremothers, the receivers. Also in music you have Do, Re, Mi, the first notes, Fa, Sol, La, Si, also build up of 3 and 4. 3 and 4 is really an example of perfection, of Musa, because the number 7, 3 and 4. Shabbos, 7th day, also one of the reasons, Kabbalistically, to have fish on Shabbos, because Dag is 7, 4 and 3. One should feel like a fish on Shabbos, want to learn more and more. He's thirsty, more water of Torah, want to study more. And this is what the fish represent. Basically, it's one of the explanation, fish on Shabbos. Now, as we said, this is the beauty of the Hebrew language. Every letter has meaning. The few letters together meaning. In English, difficult to find out what are the sources. And if you are looking into the sources and you translate them to Hebrew letters, then you have really a deeper insight into the word. So what is God? God is good. God is this one who gives, bestows goodness to the world. And this is exactly what, as we said, this name God represents Gimel Dalet, giving to the poor. And who are poor, the people, and those people want to study, to learn. And this is exactly what the Hebrew word Gimel Dalet explains what is God. So, interesting example of connection between Hebrew and English, and in fact, a lot of these kind of explanations we have in our book, Hebrew Source of Language, a book that one can get when he clicks glazersonbook.com. So, this is an example of a lecture or a lesson that I hope that people will show interest in, and if they will show interest, we'll carry on explaining many other examples of English words and their connection to Hebrew. Interesting to note that some universities in the States already agree that Hebrew was the source of all languages, as we know quite well. According to our tradition, in the beginning the Oliver spoke Hebrew, and after building the Tower of Babylon and so on, came confusion of language in the world, but the basis in the beginning was Hebrew. So let us wait for the response of people, let us see how the response, and then, if it will be interest to know it, so we'll carry on giving lessons on this topic.